Welcome to Srilata Organic Farming. Let us see the methodology of Aesa, Agro Ecosystem Analysis. The first thing is field observation. Field is to be observed. Next point is chart preparation. Third step is group discussion and decision making. Final step is presentation. You can see the field observation. Early in the morning, as early as possible, early in the morning, people has to go with pencil, book, scale and collection devices like insect nests, covers to collect the samples, everything they have to take and go to the field. Site at least 5 feet away from the bund. Border effects are to be excluded. That's why 5 feet away from the bund inside they have to move. And plants are to be selected. Any method can be used. Randomly, the plants can be selected, diagonally selected, or whatever is convenient. The plants are to be selected. 20 plants minimum is good sample size. And initially, after entering into the field, weather conditions are to be noted down, whether cloudy, rainy, or sunny. Soil moisture is to be observed. Crop appearance is to be observed. Weeds intensity is to be observed and noted down. Then plant protection data is to be collected, like insect pests, eggs, larvae, nymphs, adults, symptoms, everything is to be noted regarding the insect pests on the selected 20 plants. Types of diseases and intensity is to be noted down. Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, fungal diseases, other diseases, whatever it could be, mycoplasma, all the diseases are to be noted. Nematodes and symptoms are to be observed. And deficiency, nutrition deficiency symptoms are to be observed. Rodent damage symptoms are to be observed. Beneficial organisms like parasitoids, predators, pathogens, parasites, all are to be observed on those 20 plants. So then, using the scale, plant height, number of branches, all the agronomic data is to be recorded. Number of leaves, leaflets are to be recorded. Leaf area index is to be calculated for the selected 20 plants. Plant canopy, how it is, and the stage, whether it is in the seedling stage or vegetative stage, flowering stage, fruiting stage and canopy is to be noted down. Number of flowers are to be noted down. Number of fruits are to be noted down. The next second step is drawing. All the people must participate in the drawing. There are certain guidelines for the drawing of chart. First, draw the plant at the center. Then draw the pests on one side and defenders on the other side. It could be left or right, but one side pests and the other side defenders. Indicate the soil condition, weed population, rodent damage. All the damages are to be represented in the chart itself. Give natural colors to all the drawing. For instance, draw healthy plant with green color, diseased plant with yellow color. If any reddening of the plant is there, use the red color, like that. While drawing the pests and the defenders on the chart, care should be taken to draw them at appropriate part of the plant where the damage is caused. You cannot draw root grub at the flower region and panicle mite at the root region. Appropriate place where the damage is taking place, there it is to be drawn. The weather factor should be reflected in the chart by drawing the diagram of sun just above the plant. If the attribute is sunny or cloudy or partially cloudy, all the things are to be represented. If it is cloudy, clouds may be drawn. In case partially sunny, half sun may be drawn, like that. You see how the small groups are drawing the charts. Important thing is all must participate in the drawing. The observations recorded in the Aesa is to be conducted in every week. Every week the Aesa is to be conducted in a particular field. The observations recorded in the previous and current charts are to be discussed. Based upon weekly Aesa and corresponding change in PD ratio, pest defender ratio is very, very important here. How many pests are there? How many defenders are there? Pest is to defender ratio is to be calculated. For two pests, if one defender is present, then it is a good ratio. No need to spray any chemicals. Defenders can take care of the pest. If the ratio is more than 2 is to 1, like 3 is to 1 or 4 is to 1, then some control measures may be taken up, like biological controls, botanicals, biopesticides in a sequential manner. Those can be planned, but no chemicals in the organic farming. Even though we are calculating overall PD ratio 2 is to 1, which is good, but for each pest and each defender, there are PD ratios. That is based on feeding potential of the defender. The defender, how many pests it can consume per day. Based on that, the PD ratios, pest defender ratios were also worked out. But that is advanced thing. Initially, for the basic thing, 2 is to 1 ratio is fixed. Step 4 is presentation. In a shady area in the field, all have to settle and presentation is to be given. The smaller groups which discussed and drawn the samples, they have to explain the chart to the bigger groups. After discussion, it is important that results are presented to the other groups. Everyone should be involved in the discussion, observation, drawing, and presentation. It is not one person's job. All persons must involve. That is more important thing. Changing the person who gives the presentation each week is very, very important because all are to be involved. You can see the model Aesa drawings, defenders on one side and pests on one side on a tomato crop. In paddy also, you can see the sun, cloud, defenders, pests, everything represented. So model charts, you can see how it can be drawn. Plant at the center, defenders one side, pests one side, diseases, weeds, summary, conclusion, PD ratio, whether it is high or low, everything is to be calculated and represented on a chart. The plant compensation abilities are to be observed, whether the plant can compensate the damage caused by the insects or not. Insect zoo also can be managed, that is, live insects can be managed to identify the pests and defenders and to explain to the participants. This agroecosystem analysis is very important for the extension functionaries and farmers also, because the farmers are involved in the practice, which is their day-to-day activity. They can take decisions on their own. They can convince the group with their decisions, what to do, what not to do. Their involvement only gives them the confidence at every level. So agroecosystem analysis is very important to the farmers and extension functionaries also. That's why it is to be promoted. Thank you. Hope this will help you to understand what is agroecosystem analysis. These charts which are drawn are very useful for the comparisons after 5 years or 6 years. Nowadays, those can be digitalized and they can be used as the references. 5 6 years back, what pest was there, what damage was there, what natural enemies were there. Now, what is the condition of the field, how natural enemies improved with these organic farming practices. Like this will give so much information in the long run. Thank you very much. Signing off, Sri Lata.